Now, closer to home here, a group of Northlanders gathered at Miller Hill Mall in Duluth last night to celebrate the beginning of Hanukkah, a Jewish holiday. And Northern News Now's Hannah Morgan shares what happened at that event last night. Good morning, Hannah.
Yeah, good morning, Sydney. It was the 50th anniversary of the public menorah lightings in Duluth, and it's an event hosted by Chabad of Duluth. It's a celebration that features treats, music, and the lighting of a giant menorah. A menorah is a Hebrew word for lamp, which refers to the 8-flamed lamp that's lit for Hanukkah. Duluth Mayor Roger Reiner was there posting a message on Facebook saying, in part, in a world where political violence and intolerance are on the rise, including attacks on religious, political, cultural, and education communities, our gathering takes on even greater significance. Later saying, the candles rise and we affirm the joy and resilience of Hanukkah and the right of every Duluthian to freely practice or choose to not practice any faith. And Hanukkah is an 8-day celebration that started on nightfall yesterday and ends with nightfall next Monday, December 22nd. Reporting live in studio, I'm Hannah Morgan, Northern News Now.